Welcome to the fourth of a series of presentations that steps through information about partnering for successful outcomes in natural resource management. My name is Gillian Heyman and I have assisted NRM Regions Australia with their Industry Partnerships project. NRM Regions Australia is working to increase the number of partnerships between NRM regional organisations and agricultural industries. They're seeking to establish and strengthen the role they play in sustainability frameworks, industry partnerships and farmer groups. I'll highlight the key points that continuously emerge in work that NRM Regions Australia have done. I'll share insights, explain a number of models, and share resources that NRM Regions Australia has been working on. I'll draw on current partnership case studies from across Australia. In this presentation, I will cover the partnering cycle and why it is important to understand this model. The partnering cycle comes from the Partnership Brokers Association and can be found on their website. It's a framework that depicts the stages of a typical partnership, and it may be useful for you in the work that you do. The framework shows different stages that you might move through over time. It helps to understand the key activities and management of the partnership as it progresses. Very few partnership arrangements will see you progressing smoothly through the partnering cycle, but it is a useful tool to check in on, to see if you have skipped over any important steps and to continuously improve your partnering approach. Let's have a look at phase one, the scoping and building stage of partnering, or the groundwork. This stage will depend on the individual situation and the history that you have of working together. The idea of the partnership usually is to tackle a common problem or interest. It will be important to understand the drivers for involvement of each of the partners. What's in it for them? Be really clear on the underlying interests of everyone. Why are they getting involved? What do they want from the arrangement? Create a stakeholder map so you don't leave anyone out, and this can be a time of informal or formal discussions and invitations to partner. It's about building relationships and exploring possibilities. It can be a stage for setting up the principles, displaying them through the early stages of discussions, and being quite explicit about them. All of this takes time, and the amount of time that you invest may differ according to the type of partnership, as you've seen outlined in the continuum of joint effort in presentation 1 of this series. In this stage, you will also be asking lots of questions and exploring options. Cast the net wide. Build relationships, be open to possibilities, and also manage expectations. This is all work to be done before arrangements to partner are put in place. Once you have agreed to partner, the managing and maintaining phase begins, depicted by the red circles. This is the doing part of the partnership. At this stage, partners' commitments can be formally secured. Co-create governance structures. Don't impose your own processes on a partnership, but show true collaboration. Build your governance structures together. Don't just pull out the terms of reference that you have on a shelf or the memorandums of understanding you've prepared for something else. Work together. Your partner organisations might have even better arrangements that they can bring to the table. Build partner understanding of one another. Who's bringing what to the partnership? What does each partner hope to achieve? Don't assume things here. Share knowledge, embed governance arrangements, help partners to secure their internal buy-in. Often this internal work can be forgotten in the excitement of a partnership. Encourage partners to communicate internally so that their own organisations can share the story of the partnership, not just individual champions. Deliver your projects together. Communicate about your projects together. Encourage assessment of partnership performance. Manage departures and arrivals with both staff and partners. Build a partnership story involving all the partners. Seek their input and approvals. The story should come from all partners, not just one. The reviewing and revising stage of the partnering cycle is about measuring and reporting on the impact, effectiveness, outputs and outcomes, and the added value of the partnership approach. It's important to consider the evaluation of the projects and the evaluation of the partnership approach. These are not one and the same. Ensure that learnings are taken on board and any adjustments are made. Revise and change where needed. Time and budget need to be allocated for these reviews. Give careful thought to who should carry out the reviews. Decide together on what information about the reviews goes public and helps to build the story of the partnership. Make the reviewing and revising feel like part of the project rather than a separate thing or another job on top of the real work. These can be integrated into regular meeting agendas or built into the project work that you are doing. The fourth stage of the partnering cycle is the sustaining outcomes and moving on stage. A key part of this stage is the issue of sustaining the outcomes of the partnership program of work, leaving a legacy. This is far more important than whether or not the partnership is maintained. If the partnership has fulfilled its purpose and the efforts can be sustained, you can avoid the need to repeat this work again in the future. If the partnership has fulfilled its purpose, it may be time to disband the formal partnership, knowing that the outcomes will continue to reap benefits. Or it may be valid to keep the partnership in place to tackle new challenges. This needs to be a deliberate decision made with all of the partners together. Celebrating successes and acknowledging the work of all partners is often forgotten and should be built into the partnership planning. All partners share the story of the partnership and communicate clearly what the next steps are for the partnership. This partnering cycle can assist by acting as a framework to guide you in your work. It can be used as a check-in tool along the way and a reminder of the important steps, even if they don't always happen as smoothly as the diagram suggests. This framework or model can remind you of upcoming steps in the partnering process, assisting you with forward planning. It can also act as a discussion tool with key people who are involved in your partnership approach. Check out other industry partnership resources on the NRM Regions Australia website. Thank you.